Howdy friends, my name's Carl. Today I'm joined again with Mike. How are you, Mike? You alright?
Hello. I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Good. Yeah, I'm alright. Excited.
Yeah.
Not much news to talk about. Very speculative episode in store. Yannick in the Discord, for those of you that aren't a part of the Ranchers Discord, the community manager's in there. He's quite vocal in the chat. And then he put in the chat the other day, what would you want out of the next developer update? If you could pick something you wanted to see, what would it be that you saw? So the cogs started turning, and I thought we could discuss that today. So yeah,
Yep.
that's where I'm at. Do you want me to go first? Do you want to go first?
Yeah, because I'm interested to see how you interpret that and what cogs have been turning in your head.
Yeah, I want to see more about sort of the starting locations and the customization. I think that's what I'd like to see.
Yeah.
Sort of like how much can you make the ranch your own? You know what I mean? That's like, where can I pick my ranch to be, and how much can I customize it to be my sort of dream ranch? Is it going to be that there's sort of set building pieces, so you can have like this piece of wall, and you can just put a different wallpaper on it, or can you could I have a thatch? Is it a thatch roof? Where it's made out of hay? That's what they call them?
Yeah.
Could you have a thatch roof on it, or does it have to be brick? What sort of shapes does it? Does it have to be a square? Are we locked to sort of like a Minecrafty sort of square box, or can you rotate things? And yeah, that's what I'm wanting to know. I want to know how free
if
is
it's
it?
more cookie cutter, like you say, if you pick a
Yeah,
barn, we know we can pick colors. They've said that, haven't they? Colors
yeah,
is quite customizable. But yeah, like, is it just one barn and it looks the same? And like you say, can you rotate, or whether it is,
yeah,
could you build a barn? If that
yeah,
makes
exactly. Yeah, and do I get materials like wood to then I can decide, right, I'm going to make the barn out of wood, and then I'll make my house out of brick, or am I just picking barn? You've now got enough money to buy a barn.
yeah,
You pick the bit of land that the barn sits on.
it fits into.
Yeah, I know that we can definitely build the house because we've seen that in the trailer, which I've got on there somewhere. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, you know what I mean? There's two buildings there, two different types of wood instantly, but
are they prefabs or are they
yeah, the prefab. So
built?
are you picking that and sort of deciding?
Yeah, that would be quite interesting. Like you say, we have seen the house is kind of your own doing,
Yeah,
but it would be cool if you could change the size of farm buildings, ranch buildings, and maybe the dimensions
yeah,
dictate the storage capacity. I don't know how
yeah,
crazy that is to suggest, but yeah, the bigger the barn, obviously, the more space you have. Or whether it is you've got a barn that can fit, you've got a small barn, which is 3x2 and it fits two farm animals, and then you've got a medium barn.
yeah.
Yeah, like and like you say, the customized element of, can you have a thatch roof? Is it a brick roof? Is it tiles? Is it.
You know what I saw in a game, a new farm sim, which I thought was such a good idea. I can't think what the game's called now. It's farm something. I have got it on my wish list. Let me see if I can bring it up on Steam a second.
Farm
Um,
something?
yeah, it's called Farm Something. Um,
Yeah.
but it's the idea that items are stretchable. So say you were like making a. Let me just find the name of it whilst I've got Steam here. Second, it's called Farm Folks. So
Right.
in Farm Folks, when you're say you're making a, what's it called, like a lamp, like you pick the floor lamp, so it's quite tall, and
Oh, I know what you
or you
mean.
could
Yeah.
shrink it and then it'd be a table lamp.
Table lamp.
Same with like sofas and stuff. You could have it as like a one seater, or you could stretch it out and it'd be a two seater, which I thought was a
Yeah.
really cool idea that I've not seen in sort of like customization.
You know, Foundation I've been playing recently.
Yeah.
That has a kind of similar thing with the buildings. So you've got the pre-built building blocks, and it's all you can put the places wherever you want. You start with the base, and you can
Yeah.
add on as and when. But you can shift click and make so like that you can make the church bigger,
Yeah.
like the wall bigger and stuff. So yeah, so I know what you mean. Like you can just kind of size it
To
so
how you want
it
it.
perfectly fits whatever you've built.
Yeah, exactly.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, like
With
you say, you can have that armchair, or you can have a three-seater
Tia.
sofa, and
But
yeah,
yeah, I don't know how much that is like too much customization. Maybe that's more like freedom with stuff than we're anticipating. So yeah, I'm excited to. That's what I want to see.
depends. Yeah, it depends how the building blocks are, because free placing stuff. I mean, we look in the video actually. You know, when they're putting the ceiling fan on in the house, it looks like
Yeah.
it's not square based. You know, like snapping into
Yeah.
certain places. It just
I'll
looks
put us
like.
on the trailer so we can have a look at it.
Um, so it might not be in the realms of impossibility. It might actually be something that is feasible.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, and I mean, obviously, it does then come with its own bugs, because then you've got like things like clipping with the characters and stuff, and how they interact with the item.
Yeah.
Um, when it isn't so, like square or hex based on
Yeah.
a grid, so to speak. But the possibilities when it is kind of free. So you can see here it snaps into the squares like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but then when
So
it goes upstairs and is placing the bits, it doesn't look like it's look that snaps, that snaps. But
yeah,
there,
that
you see
snaps.
there, it
Yeah.
was kind of a bit free. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's not in the realms of impossibility, but obviously in terms of how feasible that is for
Yeah.
just to have in the game is yeah. But
It's
yeah,
hard.
it's interesting to see
Is it
how
this? Because this does look all quite free, doesn't it? Like the land around the farm there and stuff. Like it looks
yeah.
like he's put them walls down and picked a color. Because you've got basically two. If we can get to that shot again quickly, we could see that there's two barns there, two different colors, but they are pretty much the same building, aren't they?
They
So
are the
maybe it is.
same, yeah.
So maybe it is that you buy a building, like a
A
pre-made
medium barn,
barn,
a large
and you can
barn, or
just
whatever, yeah.
change the colors. Yeah.
Which isn't, which isn't the worst thing. Like,
No, 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 it's
if
not bad.
I would say if you are going around down that line of to keep it cohesive with everything else, is that if you are going to have stuff that isn't self-built,
Yeah,
like we're not building the barns, then obviously having more elements of customization
yeah,
makes
yeah,
up for that, if that makes sense. So, but yeah,
definitely.
like you say, being able to choose and it is just simple things. We know about the colors. We can paint things pretty much
Yeah,
how we want. But yeah, like materials, that's like stone walls, wooden
yeah,
fences, like and different types of stone. And
yeah,
if you get those things into it, that suddenly then almost gives that illusion of more choice, even though it's the same. If that
yeah,
if that yeah.
yeah. It does.
Yeah.
And
So
I thought it'd be a good idea. What I could do as well is bring up the sort of stuff they've already shown. So they have brought out 3 different developer updates, and in the first one, I think this is the way we're showing sort of the biking system as well. So then we can
yeah,
see how they usually sort of phrase it and what type of things they've been showing. But they're all quite small. I don't know if you've seen any of these, but
I don't think I've seen this one
no.
actually.
Oh yeah, they're pretty
No.
cool as well. Like yeah, just showing you sort of can rent a bike. Obviously, quite nice. I've not got the volume on here, but it's fine. I
Yeah.
can put it in if you want. But yeah, it's all very nice. Except there is one thing which I don't like is the menu sound. To me, like when you're using the phone, it sounds like a kick drum. And I put it in the game suggestions, just like, nah, that's
I
too
remember
much.
you seeing that pull up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this bike looks really cool. There's a little bit.
Yeah.
You're getting a bit more of an idea of the farm there as well, of the ranch to the right.
Yeah. Yeah. It does look. It's nice to see it at night. Actually, I feel like this is the first time I've seen
Nighttime. Yeah.
nighttime. Yeah. Um,
Yeah. And then there's
that
another
looks
one.
really cool.
It looks nice as well. I like that bike as well. Oh, I forgot that you could get 2 of them on there.
It's pretty
You know what I
cool.
mean? Looks a bit sort of ET, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Like going around on the bike.
piggybacking. Yeah, especially that type of SUV behind it as well. There was
Yeah.
like,
And this was one when they've shown sort of camera movement as well. You get a size of the
I've
ranch
seen
farm.
this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you
But
can
yeah, there's
see
2
there you've got like a medium barn and a
barn.
large barn
Yeah,
there.
exactly. Yeah, I was just about to say that. Yeah, you've got a small one here to the right and then a bigger one to the left, haven't you?
Yeah,
It looks so good, this game, doesn't it? How good does the
yeah,
graphics look?
it does look great, and like it's so rewarding this kind of loop in this kind of game of like, yeah, okay, it is only pixels, but you are putting something in the ground,
Yeah,
and you're reaping the rewards. So like, if you've ever done that in real life, if you've ever grown, like even just simple things like herbs and stuff, like
yeah,
just knowing that you've done it is, it adds so
yeah.
much.
Yeah, and then this is sort of like the telephone system navigate, sort of your in-game menu
Yeah,
sort of system, I think. Inventory and all that.
yeah, that's cool. Weather
Weather
forecast.
forecast.
Yeah,
Yeah,
wind. Yeah, so it is. It looks good. That actually, I feel like I've only seen the camera one out of there because this looks.
yeah.
Yeah, there's like a little stall there.
And you see at the end of
Nice.
that one then, sort of what it looks like. We're jumping around a bit in the context of this podcast, but you see at the end there, you can see what it looks like when things are growing just behind him.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
I just saw. Yeah, it was different to how.
yeah, it looks. Yeah, there you go. You've got
Yeah,
all your.
it needs weeding, doesn't it? A
Yeah,
few of those patches and stuff. That's really good. I like that. And like you say, it looks great.
yeah,
So yeah, it'd be interesting to see, like you say, how customizable things go.
yeah.
Um, and in kind of what elements and stuff from there.
So what do you reckon you want to see then? What would you like to see?
So I was rattling my brain about what I'd like to see, and I think it would be the variations of seasons and just
Yeah,
how impactful they are on the map.
yeah,
Um, so obviously we know there are seasons.
yeah,
The interpreting of the two. Do you remember when we were going through the quick fact guide? There was like two. Um, it didn't say 2 seasons, did it? But there was like two. Oh no, it was seasons, wasn't it? And we were trying to
yeah.
work
It's
out if
like
that was like battle passy or whether it was just kind of
yes, yeah. That was it.
broken
Yeah,
them down.
yeah,
So actually seeing how that implements, like furthering on to what you just showed us there, we know these weather and stuff, but just like how impactful is snow? A, on the maps, and B, also to your crops and stuff like that.
yeah.
So obviously we
I
know sunny, hot weather, things are going to grow, but the challenges you face as a rancher when
yeah.
it isn't perfect conditions for your animals and your crops.
It would be great to see if there's the like gameplay elements of sort of like you said in summer when things are great to grow. Everyone's growing something. So you've got a water shortage. You know what I mean? And so
Yeah,
you've got to manage stuff like that, or you've got to go out and there's a bit of a quest to go pick up some water in one of the vans in another town or something and bring it back. But again,
yeah,
it's just too high level. I think about too much. I'm not a games developer, you know what I mean? I'm just like, yeah, just put
yeah.
another town in. We've got to go
Just
there, pick up the water, water
mhm,
droughts. Yeah, it's fine. But I really do
yeah,
hope with the season thing that it is more like we were talking about last time, where seasons slowly creep in, and it's not just
yeah,
an instant summer to winter. You know what I mean? It's like
yeah,
or autumn. It's like oh, the leaves are starting to get a bit brown. You know what I mean? The snow falling in. Whether it has an impact on your crops, I don't really mind. But
but
visually, it's like,
visually,
oh,
yeah,
winter's coming. The crops are about to die on the next 4 days. You know what I mean? Like you could still do it so it has an instant cut off of the moment autumn or winter comes. Some of your crops die, but you could have those early signs as a warning of right. You've got 4 or 5 in game days left or whatever.
yeah. So that's what I really like in the grand scheme of things is, say there is warning signs, you've got a week to yield whatever crops you can. But at least if you're given the warning signs, we know there's going to be, is it like 20, 10, 20 types of fertilizer? Like
Yeah.
if there is one that kind of you can use to at least maybe speed up your crops, just so you do get them in time before the
Yeah.
winter cut off or whatever. That'd be really cool.
That could be
And
even
like you
like
say, just get go on.
sorry, I was going to say that could even be like a crafting resource that you get from like good crops. You know what I mean? From your there's certain grading of crops, which there usually is in these games. When you're best things, as well as
Yeah.
getting that thing, you get a bit of this soil back that has grown that, and you know what I mean. And then you
Well,
just
that's it. Like you're composting stuff, aren't
yeah,
you? And
exactly, yeah,
we, we've seen that there is going to be the eco side of it, and we discussed that in the last podcast about like being self-sufficient and lowering your impact.
yeah,
But obviously, the good side of that is if you are using good nutrients in the soil and stuff, like it benefits you
yeah,
in some way. And obviously, fertilizers are great, um, but just like in the real world, there is a drawback to them. So yeah, you might be able to use it and it boosts and speeds your crops up, but does it affect the wildlife, or does it affect your, if you
yeah.
feed those crops to your livestock all of a sudden, um,
Maybe the crops
it
are just
impacts
rubbish.
it.
You know what I mean? Low
Yeah.
return on cost, yeah, of
Yeah, so
sort
you,
of
you
selling. You
don't
know what I
lose
mean?
the whole crop. You salvage it before
Yeah,
winter hits or whichever season. But
and you get
like you say, yeah,
50%.
the yield's really low rather than you're getting sub 50%, and it's not that good, but it's better than nothing. So like you can then make that conscious choice. Yeah, so I would like to see how I know it sounds daft, but how seasonal it is. Like,
Yeah,
is it just going to be blanket snow in winter? Are we going to have those kind of really stark contrasters of 30, 40 degrees summer and minus 12 degrees
yeah,
Celsius in winter? Or is it going to be, because obviously, like I say, we've seen the weather forecast, we know there's wind, we know there's all those, and like you say, is it going to creep in? You just start noticing the days get a bit more rainier as you get in
yeah,
towards autumn, or in spring still, you get, you know, spring
yeah,
showers and all that. That'd be cool. And that's what I'd like to see, just so then it can kind of, I don't know, and then we know the seasonal events, so then you can kind of almost like theme. We all love a good theme, and
I
like
love a
if you know
theme.
autumn's coming, there's like you say, there's oranges and nice yellows and reds coming through on the trees. It's harvest festival. That's obviously
Yeah,
that's a farm thing, isn't it? The harvest festival, and I don't know. I'd
new,
set up like hay bales and make it look like something really
yeah,
cool. That'd be
new
so
clothing in the
so good.
shop, stuff like
Yeah.
that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Scarves
You're
start
not
getting
wearing
sold.
shorts and t-shirts and a straw hat anymore, are you? You're getting your deer stalker on, and you're getting, your
Yeah,
gilet and all that kind of stuff. That would be, because I'd do that. I'd do it
yeah.
just for
Oh
thematic
yeah, I do it.
purposes,
Yeah,
even if
yeah,
it has zero benefit to I could be shorts and t-shirt in the winter, which is usually me anyway, but
yeah. Well, it's like it's
yeah.
like the role playing sort of aspect of it, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I wonder if because it is an online game, I wonder if at some point they'll have like an RP server.
Sick if it was. I'd I'd definitely dip my toes in and just kind of
Yeah,
don't know,
be a
like
rancher.
play my character, like and
Yeah, it's these sort of like I know they're a bit like wild ideas, but it's these sort of things that could really uh, sort of separate it from other farming sims. You know what I mean? Because if you did have that built-in sort of role-playing server, and like we said, these sort of seasonal things, yeah, I think it'd leave quite a good mark. And I think a lot of people, because if we're thinking it, and we're just sort of quite like farming sim players, the
yeah,
hardcore people must be all thinking of
yeah,
loads more than we're
screaming out
thinking.
for
You
it.
know what I mean? Yeah,
Yeah, and I think the biggest thing, and I think what the ranchers are definitely onto in the best way possible, is I feel like I'm gonna have an attachment to my character, which sounds really obvious, but there's so many games you play, especially in a sim environment. Like I've played train sims, truck sims, car
Yeah,
sims, everything. The character means nothing. The character is a vessel for you to do the things. But with
yeah,
this, having the NPCs, building relationships, it being co op, like um, if you gain that attachment to your character, it elevates the game to a state. Like you say, like you can. I'm trying to think of like even things like Farmville. You didn't even have a character. It was
yeah.
just
I
the
find it
crops
with
you grow and click and stuff.
Stardew, I'm not very attached to my character. I don't know why. I don't know if that's because it's like a bit of the graphics and it's just very. I find that game like the days are so quick. I really do hope
Yeah.
that the days are longer in the ranches than they are in Stardew. I'd be really upset if it's just like because you do like 2 or 3 things and the next thing you know the time's already gone. You've got to really
Yeah.
manage it. I know there's mods out there that can slow it down, but you shouldn't need a mod instantly. You know what I mean
Yeah,
to make
or
the game
if
better.
at least at bare minimum, when you make a server, you've got the choice.
Yeah, yeah,
You know,
yeah.
like you
That
can
yeah
have it
that'd
as
do.
3 times speed, or
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
because
Because it
then
is like you say. The last thing when I played my time at Porsche, which was a while, I got it in alpha. I was like an early backer, and I played that, and that kind of fell into the same thing. I haven't played it for a while, but what you were finding is you wake up, you have an energy bar, which is fine. Energy management's part of games like this, I
yeah,
understand. I was kind of literally going out, hitting a few rocks, cutting a few trees, and 1 or 2 things would happen. It'd be night time, so I couldn't do anything else. I had to go to bed, or I ran out of energy too quickly. So then I'm spending. So I'm up at 6. I've done what I can with the energy I had at the time, and then it's 2 o'clock, and I'm
yeah,
like, what do I do now? Um, yeah, so it was either going one way where it was really quick. Oh, it's bedtime, like saying you haven't really achieved
anything.
what you intended that day, or you would do it all too quick, run out of energy, and then you're twiddling your thumbs, and it's like, well, I
Waiting
don't
to
want
go
to go
to
to
bed.
sleep at 2 just so I can
Wake up at night time.
replenish my
Yeah,
energy. Yeah, so yeah,
yeah,
that is quite kind of a crucial little thing, actually. Yeah, making
yeah,
sure that that day is a day and not a
yeah.
yeah.
We
Because
kind of
there's
just
no
need to see a day in the ranches, don't we? Like, and that's obviously. I don't think it'll
maybe
be
that's
an update, but maybe that really sort of like because we have only had one trailer and those 3 updates so far.
yeah.
Maybe this is what your day looks like. A brief episode. Obviously, you don't have to play an entire day of the game, but you could just sort of like I don't know, not an episode.
Yeah,
Sorry,
but
an entire day. Yeah, day of the game.
yeah,
Yeah.
but I mean, if a day cycle is 20
How long's a
minutes,
day? So yeah, 20 minutes. 20 minutes is sort of GTA time, isn't it? And that always
oh yeah, 20. Yeah, it was an hour was a minute, so
yeah
24 minute. Yeah, like
yeah yeah.
if it is that day night cycle, is the I don't. Do we know if there's energy management in this? I don't
I don't.
feel like.
I feel like there is because you can food. Yeah, there is. There's
Oh, there
energy and
is.
there's a
Yeah, it's
heart.
at the top
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So you are gonna have to manage it. But we know
Yeah.
that you can. It looks like you'll be able to eat your own crops and that. I guess
Eat,
like and
replenish.
you know what I
Yeah.
mean. You can put stuff in your fridge. I don't, I wonder if he loses any energy here by pedaling this bike. I wonder if that's
It'd be
you know
worth.
what I mean.
Yeah.
It's worth mentioning. I like the HUD for this game. I like that
Yeah.
little map in the
It's
top
nice.
corner. It
Yeah. It
looks really
doesn't feel
cool.
crowded.
No,
Yeah.
and it's got that sort of like I don't know that I don't know what I'm trying to say. It's sort of like that chibi sort of feel to it. I don't know, Animal Crossing kind of palette to it all, and it's all nice, rounded, and
Clean. Yeah.
yeah, clean.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now
can't
you
see
see,
that he's
there's a new
losing energy
bike.
there.
There's a bike energy there, though.
But I
There's a
wonder if
new
that's
circle.
damage. I wonder if that's
Yeah. Or
vehicle
how long you've
damage.
got to rent
Yeah.
it, maybe.
Oh yeah, possibly. Yeah. Yeah.
With
I like
Sabine
the
getting
chat
chat
box
about
in the bottom
thieves.
left. Yeah.
That's what I mean. It's not too encroaching. It doesn't feel like, you know, there's stuff at every corner. Like, I mean, there is stuff at every corner, but like, it's not too encroaching. The mini map's quite a
Yeah.
reasonable size. If you can,
I
and
like
obviously
that
you can
then.
see the day and night cycle around the mini map as well.
I like how the day and night cycle spins with the map. If you look at that
Yeah.
there.
Well, that's looks where the sun is in the sky because you can tell
Yeah.
by the shadows.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah.
That's
That's very
pretty
cool.
cool.
Oh, that's such a nice touch. I probably
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, it's
It
in that
doesn't
bottom
seem
left
like it's
corner, and
going
it's
very
just
quick there, but I don't know if times you've
well,
got
it just
the
ticked over to
seconds there
14,
ticking.
14.
15,
Yeah,
17. Yeah, so it's like what?
like a second and a half. It's not
Yeah,
quite.
yeah, it's not. But I don't know if some of this is like paused or anything. Is it paused when you're in menus? Don't look like it there, but you can't really see it, can you?
I
Obviously.
imagine if it's co-op server, it wouldn't. Maybe
Oh
it
yeah,
does
of
on a
course.
solo server, but
Yeah.
yeah, it doesn't look like it's particularly. It's not going at the rate of knots, is it?
No, no, it
So
doesn't look too quick, does it?
it looks good. Yeah, so yeah, I think maybe you're right. Then a typical day in the life of a rancher,
Yeah,
just kind of seeing what typical cycle is. Maybe that's would be quite nice.
yeah,
Um, yeah, it's. I mean, if you were to ask, if they said, "What can we show you in the next showcase?" It's everything, please,
yeah.
and
Can
give me
I
the
just? Yeah, I'd have
data.
the game, please. Can I have the game? Right, 1 second. My dog is going crazy. I'm gonna have to come here.
Oh, there we
This is
go.
this
Hey,
is Daisy.
Daisy.
Say hello, Daisy. Oh
Uh, I
yeah.
can't wait for her to be in the game and come and
Oh yeah,
visit
she's
your
in. Right, come on.
farm, and then come and give her a pet.
That's it.
It'd be great. Yeah,
Right, I think we'll call it there because the dog's about to go crazy if I don't go and give it some food.
that's fine.
Well, that was fun. It was fun. I really do hope we find some new information soon. They keep teasing it in the Discord. Should I say it in
He's God.
the Discord? Um,
Yeah, no, I am looking forward to seeing more and just kind of how it's
yeah,
all going. Like
yeah.
seeing what they've actually been up to.
If you have watched this episode, please let us know what you're wanting in the next sort of update and say hello in the comments. These podcasts have been getting really nice views, so it'd be nice to speak to some people who are actually watching it. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
we don't bite.
no. And thank you for being here, Mike. Appreciate it, man.
No, pleasure as always. Love it.
Right. Let's get
See you
out of
tomorrow.
here. See you later.
Skedaddle. Bye.
Bye.